Awaken the sleeping soul. Have you ever wondered why a meal of a poor fisherman by the Greek coast tastes better than a luxurious banquet in a five-star restaurant? Why a street dance of the farmers is more captivating than technical performances on the big stage? The secret does not lie in expensive ingredients or skillful techniques. The secret lies in one thing, invisible but powerful. The Greeks call it Meraki. In the Greek language, Meraki is a verb, but it carries the weight of a whole philosophy of life. It means doing anything with all the soul, with creativity, and with complete love, even if it is just brewing a cup of coffee, watering a potted plant, or preparing dinner for the family. When you do with Meraki, you leave a part of your own soul in that work. The modern world today teaches us to be fast, to be efficient, to be optimized. We work like machines, typing soullessly, eating hurriedly, loving superficially. We complete everything, but do not feel anything. That is the greatest tragedy of 21st century humans. The perfect emptiness. Today, we will temporarily forget the noise of the city to drift to the Mediterranean region, where time stands still under the olive canopies. We will relearn together how to breathe soul into life through 3 ancient lessons of the Meraki philosophy. Part 1. The inner flame. Why passion is more important than skill. Part 2. The beauty of imperfection. Finding magic in ordinary things. Part 3. The legacy of love. How to leave your mark on this world. Are you ready? Let your shoulders relax. Breathe in the scent of the ocean. And open your heart. Welcome to the journey to find emotions again. At Daily Life Stories. Part 1. The inner fire. The inner fire. Let us begin with a historical truth few people know. Greeks were not born to live happily. They were born to survive. For 400 years, under the domination of the Ottoman Empire, Greeks were stripped of freedom, land, and even human rights. They were not allowed to decide the national fate. But there was one thing that the invaders could not touch. That was the working state of each individual. When a farmer planted an olive tree under the supervision of guards, he did not just plant the tree. He cared for it with insane meticulousness. He entrusted into it pain and hope. That is how Meraki was born. The word Meraki originates from the Turkish language as merak, meaning anxiety or obsessive curiosity. But the Greeks borrowed this word and transformed it. They turned anxiety into creative power, turned curiosity into burning passion. Meraki became a form of resistance, a silent rebellion. You can make me a slave, but you cannot stop me from putting my whole soul into the shoes I am making, into the ceramic vase I am molding, into the song I am singing. Perfection in work is exactly the way they declare. I am still a human. Returning to the small alley in Athens, where the old workman Nikos is stitching the shoe sole. He is a descendant of those slaves. He does not work for the meager money. He works to protect his own dignity. Each slow needle stitch, piercing through the leather layer, is a dialogue between him and God. He does not need anyone to praise. He does not need KPI. He just needs to know that when these shoes leave the workshop, they carry a part of his life. That is the difference between Meraki and productivity. Productivity is doing very fast To finish the work. Meraki is doing very deep. To enjoy the work. Looking back at the modern world. What do we see? A civilization. Of copies. We build. Skyscrapers. Exactly alike. We eat. Sandwiches. Having the exact same taste. From New York to Tokyo. We become. Tiny links. In a giant machine. And the greatest tragedy. Is that we accept. Working superficially. We write emails. Without reading again. We design. Using available templates. We communicate. Using pre-written scripts. We have lost. The ability to leave fingerprints. On what we do. And when work. No longer bears a personal mark. It becomes a burden. It becomes a prison. The Greeks teach that. The most terrifying death. Is not the heart-stopping beating. But is when you live. But do not leave a bit. Of your soul. In this material world. Meraki is not a skill. Skill can be learned. Meraki is a choice. A painful choice. Between getting it done. And doing it wholly. Between becoming a machine. And keeping humanity. Look at your hands. Right now. Those hands. Were born to create. Not to type soullessly. Do not just work. To receive the salary at the end of the month. Work. To save your soul. From the mediocrity. Of the industrial age. Try to recall. A handmade item. Or a dish. Of grandparents in the old days. That you could feel. The love inside it. How is it different? Compared to the items. Mass-produced today? Please share that memory. Under the comment section? Philosophy. Doing a small thing. With great love. Is better than. Mastering the whole world. But with a heart. Hollow. And cold. Part 2. The beauty of imperfection. The beauty of imperfection. Let us leave the shoe workshop. Of old man Nikos. To step out into the light. Under the glaring sun. Of the Mediterranean region. We will witness. An interesting paradox. Of the modern world. In New York or London. Or any big city. Lunch hour is a race. We have the concept. Sad desk lunch. Sad lunch at the desk. A sandwich. A cold salad box. We chew. While answering emails. Eyes not leaving the screen. Hands not stopping typing. We consider food. As fuel. Loaded to finish. For the body to continue running. Like a biological machine. But in Greece. That mindset is blasphemy. To the gods. Greeks have a mantra. Repeated every day. Siga Siga. Meaning slowly. Slow down. When entering a restaurant. By the Aegean coast. You will not see anyone. Eating alone. And certainly no one. Eating in 15 minutes. A meal of theirs. Lasts 3 to 4 hours. Why do they waste time? To such an absurd level? It is not that they are lazy. But because they are practicing Meraki. In connection. Greeks do not eat to be full. They eat to nourish the soul. Since ancient times. Philosopher Plato. Organized symposiums. Wine parties. Where food is just an excuse. For humans to connect. For philosophy to be born. For friendship to blossom. And that tradition. Has flowed in their blood. For thousands of years. On their dining table. Everything is imperfect. The tablecloth. Might be crooked. The glass might be slightly chipped. The food might be arranged messily. Unlike the photos. On Instagram. But it contains life. Meraki is present there. In the way the landlady. Brings out an extra fruit plate. That you did not order. And says that it is a gift. That is PHILOTIMO. Hospitality and honor. They serve you. Not for money. But for the joy of sharing. That imperfection is exactly the perfection of humanity. If you are feeling the peace of this rhythm of life touching your heart, if you want to join me to continue exploring ancient philosophies to heal modern life, please stop for a second. Press the subscribe button right below this video. Your support is the motivation for the team of ours to maintain energy, to maintain the Meraki flame. Thank you very much. Let us return to the story of connection. In the technological world, we have thousands of friends on Facebook, on social media, but we are the loneliest generation in history. We text every day, but fear phone calls. We drop hearts on each other's photos, but dare not look into each other's eyes. Greeks teach us that Meraki is not only for work, but also for humans. When you talk to someone, put the phone down. Look straight into their eyes. Listen. Not to answer, but to understand. That is Meraki in communication. Imagine the power of attention when you dedicate completely your soul to the person opposite, even just for 5 minutes. It is more precious than hours of soulless chatting. The magic of Greece does not lie in ruined temples. It lies in coffee shops, where old men sit playing chess, arguing loudly, then hugging each other tight. They live real. They live loud. They live with all joy, anger, love, hate. They do not try to pretend to be stable or successful. They accept the messiness of life and turn it into joy. That is the second big lesson of Meraki philosophy. Do not try to become perfect, like a marble statue. Live brilliantly and imperfectly, like a wild flower garden. Do not hide the scars. Do not hide real emotions. Bring them all into what you do, into the way you love, into the way you live. The coldness of perfectionism will kill your soul, while the warmth of flaws will connect us together. Try once. Cooking a meal. No need for standard recipes. Just season by feeling. Try once. Inviting friends home. No need to clean too thoroughly. Just let everything be natural. And observe how the atmosphere will change when you let go of the pressure to become perfect. You will see Meraki is not far away. It lies right in the acceptance of yourself and those around. Be honest with each other. The last time you ate a meal without holding the phone was when? How was the feeling then? Did you find the food tastier? Or did you feel restless and anxious? Please share that experience under the comment section. Philosophy. Happiness is a table, 5 chairs, and a little wine. No need for perfection. Just need the presence of souls in tune. Part 3. The Immortal Mark. The Immortal Mark. Let us look up to the Acropolis Hill Peak, where the Parthenon Temple stands tall amidst the blue sky of Athens. It has stood there more than 2,500 years, overcoming wars, overcoming the destruction of the Ottoman Empire, overcoming even time. Why do these stone columns have such intense vitality than any skyscraper of the 21st century? We build towers with reinforced concrete, with tempered glass, but only after 50 years. They become old, degraded and soulless. Where does the difference lie? It lies in an ancient story about the great sculptor Phidias, the chief architect of the Parthenon temple. Legend has it that when Phidias was carving statues on the dome of the temple, at a height of tens of meters, he meticulously portrayed each lock of hair, each fold of the robe on the back of the statue. An assistant worker exclaimed, asking him, "Why must you suffer? To carve the back carefully for what? When this statue will be placed close to the wall, and at this height, no mortal eye can see it?" Phidias stopped his hands, wiped sweat on the forehead, and answered a sentence that has become legendary. "Humans may not see, but the gods will see." That saying is exactly the supreme definition of the Meraki spirit. That is integrity. Integrity. Absolute in work. Even when no one is supervising. Even when no one is rewarding. Ancient Greeks believed that they did not work for the boss. They did not work for salary. They worked to dedicate to the perfection of the universe. They believed in the concept of kleos, meaning immortal glory, not the cheap fame on social media, but the good reputation left for eternity later. Let us look back at the way we are working today. We only care for what others see. We put on makeup very beautifully when going out, but leave the bedroom messy. We make presentation slides very eye-catching, but the data inside is sketchy and fake. We live a life of actors acting on a flashy stage, but behind the wings is sloppiness and superficiality. Author David Brooks offered a comparison, extremely painful, between two types of virtues: CV virtues, resume virtues, and eulogy virtues. Eulogy virtues. What are CV virtues? Are what you write in the job application, which school I graduated from, how much money I earn, what position I hold. Those are things helping you climb up the ladders of fame. But eulogy virtues are what is truly important. That is what people will say about you in your funeral, when you are no longer there. What will they say? Will they speak about your position? Will they speak about your bank account? Never. They will speak about your kindness, your honesty, the way you love, the way you listen, and the way you lived with your whole heart. Sadly, we spend the whole life to chase CV virtues, and then at the end of life, we realize we have nothing of eulogy virtues. That is the reason why we are rich, but still feel meaningless. Greeks teach us that. Live like Phidias. Carve the statue of your life, beautiful even in the hidden corners, where no one sees. When you wash dishes, wash clean even the backside, even if no one checks. When you work, do the best possible, even if the boss is not present. That is not stupidity. That is self-respect. That is the way you affirm, I am a human, and not a machine. When you live with Meraki, you are writing the eulogy of yourself. Right from this moment, you are turning ordinary days into a legacy. Remember that what you do for yourself will die with you, but what you do with love for life will remain forever. Like that Parthenon temple, still standing there, proud under the sunlight, reminding humanity about the power of the soul. Close your eyes and imagine about your own funeral day. Do not fear. This is a psychological exercise. You want everyone to remember you. With which keyword the most? Is it rich? Is it power? Or is it kindness and passion? Write that keyword down in the comment section. Like an oath with yourself. Philosophy. What we leave behind is not what is carved on stone stels, but as what is woven into the lives of others. Outro. Become the artist of life. We have gone all the way. The journey of sun and wind. From the small alleys of Athens to the majestic Acropolis Hill peak. Let us together pick up again 3 precious gems that we have found today. The first gem, the inner flame. Do not work like a machine. Work like old man Nikos, putting the whole soul into each needle stitch, into the smallest action. The second gem, the beauty of imperfection. Live slower. Siga, Siga. Do not eat lunch alone. Do not fear the mess. Connect with humans with naked sincerity. The third gem, the immortal mark. Live like Phidias. Carve the statue of life. Beautiful even in places no one sees, because the gods will see. And more importantly, you yourself will see. This life is too short to live superficially. Too short to drink bad wine. Too short to do work one hates. And too short to become a soulless copy. You were not born to pay bills and die. You were born to dance with life, to love madly, and leave a little Meraki on this world before leaving. If today's video has touched the deepest part inside you, if it helps you see again the colors of life, please give our team a like button and press subscribe right now. That is not just a mouse click. That is the way you join the community of people refusing to live fatedly. Share this video to a friend feeling exhausted. Maybe it will be the medicine they have been looking for all this time. Thank you for listening. With all the heart, wish you a day filled with Meraki. See you again in the next video. And peace in the soul.